Hello, you Axis No limit here. Time again for the Axis Allies Anniversary 1941 edition recap. We played 6 rounds. This is what this baby looks like here. You should see the Atlantic. Jolly old England. The Atlantic Wall, the rest of Europe, the Eastern Front, the Med, Africa, the Mideast, the rest of Russia here, and the Siberian forces, plus mine. Japan's China, and the rest of Japan's Asia. South Pacific, Mid-Pacific, the Americas, and the rest of the Pacific. What a baby. So, let's start with the Axis forces first. WARPIG's Germany. Let's see what he done this round. Yeah, still keeping his Atlantic Wall, barely. Quite a few tanks in Germany. Moving up to the Eastern Front. Still have a toehold in Africa. And some possessions as well. Moved his lone transport out. Did a bombing run on Russia and the Caucasus, which is still smoldering. More on that later. And his bombing runs were successful. No casualties to himself on his 3 bombers. He did take Belarusia, but Russia took it right back. More on that later. So, let's see the losses Germany suffered this round. On the Belarusia defense, they lost 5 tanks and a couple of men in that battle when Russia countered. And let's see, I think they lost about 6 men in the defense of Normandy as well. I think Britain gave them those casualties. But they're still holding on to the Atlantic Wall. So, let's see what they lose in this round. They lost 5 tanks and 8 infantry. Well, a total of 49 IPC losses altogether, which brings their total for the whole war is 271 marks. And IPC losses, which puts them in first place, unfortunately. Pretty soon you'll probably join the 300 club. Let's see what their base pays and saves. About 35 plus 2 NOs for a total of 45 IPCs he'll spend their next round. Next, Japan Man. You know that handsome fella it is. Let's see what they have rotted. Well, hate to say it, but at the time they sent after Russia had its turn and failed his quest for the Belarusia, the Russians had. But Japan thought it takes a little advantage of his vulnerable Russia by sending 4 tanks in there, but no! El Magnifico channeled through horrible Clegg's dice got all 4 of my tanks, which I'm not too concerned about, but I didn't get any freaking hits on my 4 tanks. I should have had at least half hits. Even 1 hit I asked for. I got all 4s, 5s, and 6s in that attack. So I couldn't even put a dent in Moscow's defenses. It's one. Too much to ask for? 1 hit? Come on. That would have benefited Germany out greatly if I got 1 hit. But no. El Magnifico channeled and diced me. Well, I did move up a little space further in Siberia. Took over those 2 territories. With my forces from China. Took over Caucasus, even though I do inherit the 5 in damages, which is the factory still smoldering out that I have to repair next round. And I'm moved up to Persia, building my Southeast Asia forces, bringing my transports down, and taking my 2 transports there out of the Med. It's still alive. I'm still standing. Yeah. Despite those subs lurking about in the Med. Unafraid. Useless little subs, I say. And of course I built a plane out of Japan as well. And I took back my Iwo Jima finally, taking 5 NOs from jolly old England, which ain't feeling so jolly so much now. And I took it away from the Americans, with no casualties to myself. So, as I said, I lost 4 tanks this round, which totaled 20 IPCs, puts me at 159 in yens. Still under the 200 mark, so I'm probably the least losses of all the major powers. So I can't campaign too much. My dice rolls have been, despite those 4 tanks not hitting, my dice rolls have been average this whole game, so I can't complain too much. Plus, I am collecting that kind of cash. My base pays 54, and I get all 3 of my NL to 15 for a total of 69. Usually a bad number for the Cubs. They should have won their division that year, but that's neither here or there. So 69 I get to spend next round. Impressive. Okay. Next, Italy's in Spirit Dutch Lancaster. You know, he hasn't played the 2 rounds, but he did have input and approval of what we did for his forces. Let's see what they have rotted. Yeah, well, I built all that 6 more infantry into Rome. He did take over Gibraltar, his lone transport, which ain't gonna survive the next round probably, unless the Allies forget or be feeling generous. So, but the significance of Gibraltar is our house rule is that it closes down the strait to the enemy forces. So that way I could have brought all my forces from Rome to help out the Atlantic Wall in France. But now they're, after 2 attacks on France, they're dwindled down to about 4 infantry and 2 tanks for the Italian forces, which is still impressive. Yeah, let's see what else they did. They went some land hopping. They took over Ukraine and eastern Ukraine with his tanks, with his 2 tanks. So they're helping out the eastern front as well. And Of course, it lost. It's Egypt just this round, but it's held on for those NOs for 6 rounds. Yeah, but it took 2 Allied forces to do it. And of course, they hopped out of the Med before the canal was closed by the Americans. So they still have their original Italian fleet. It'd be further pain and for projection for its Axis partners. Very good, Dutch. Love ya. Love you, Papa. So, let's see what they lost in this round. Yeah, they lost about 27 in IPCs and losses. They lost a tank. I think 4 men artillery and an AA gun, which equals 27 IPCs total loss. Or a total of 71 liras for the whole war. Yeah. The base pay is 15 and 5 in NOs, which is probably going to be the last of it. So total 20 to spend next round. Still double the total though. It was the original total. Very good, Dutch. Thanks for your input. Now, for El Magnifico, or in spirit, his dice rose is still here. Let's see what he has rotted. And like I said, in spirit through Corporal Clegg, he did attack Belarus with those 5 tanks of Germany's, and those 2 infantry as well, with his 7 units of tanks. It takes tanks on it. Tanks, a bomber, and an artillery all together, but they wipe each other out in that defense. So Germany still holds. So I guess that was good for the Axis forces. So you had to abandon the Caucasus because of that battle. Because now Germany's able to blitz in, so he built itself 6 tanks and brought in the other forces in from the Caucasus. He really wanted to non-combat some blockers, but he couldn't. He just couldn't. So it's lone sub, which didn't do anything all game. It's still there. But he did build a couple of, how you say, tanks in Karelia. Still hold on to Finland as well. And he had to repair, I think, 3 in damages, or 4 total actually, in damages of his factory to build those 6 tanks in there. And he didn't even bother. He didn't hold on to the Caucasus and leaves 5 damages. The factory's still smoldering. So let's see what they lost this round. And they lost 54 in total IPC losses. Lost 5 tanks and artillery, 3 men, and of course they had to buy 4 damages off his factory. A total of 54 this round. And he ties with Germany in 271 in IPC losses, rubles, in losses. So he's tied with Germany at 271. Who would have thunk it? Of course, I don't know why I even do this. Dang. No. Still collected all that. Dang, why wasn't I ready for this? So his base pay was 29 at the time. Still gets 5 NO, so he still has 34 to spend next round. Still rich. Or call him something else that rhymes, but I don't swear. But good, very good, PILOTO. And Clegg. So next, Corporal Clegg's UK. See what they have rotted. And they couldn't do anything in the Pacific. Still an Eskimo. Barely hold on to Australia. But he did go further into Africa to Libya, taking out that little Italian force that was a blocker. And now Mr. Brave now moves out of South Africa. Well, one IPC. And his sub, his useless sub, couldn't do anything. Yeah, maybe he'll destroy that transfer, who knows? Big deal. Yeah, but still have formidable navy. Very formidable, very royal. All on sea zone, I believe 6 or 7. Let's call it 7, I believe. They did go into Normandy, losing all kinds of. They did put a little dent in the western Atlantic wall. Put a little dent in there, even though he lost all his units coming in. And of course, he's building up in jolly old England. I think he built a ship as well. Cruiser. Big deal. I don't know why he didn't send his Air Force into there. I don't even know why you didn't put him a blocker in the Med. That would have prevented Gibraltar from being taken, blocking the straits. But that's neither here or there. Thanks for the gift, Clegg. Maybe you forgot. Let's see what they lost. It's 27 total IPC losses, which was 4 men and 3 tanks total. Most of that losses was in Normandy. And so, but they're still under the 200 club. They're at 198 in pounds, which is still pretty heavy. It's good enough for a second place. So their base pay is only 24 because they took away their NOs. So next up, PROZACH United States. Let's see what they have running. They took back the Philippines. Big deal. Really 5 IPCs against the losses of 7 or 9, or I should say 10. Come on, you're going to lose an infantry and a transport. 5 versus, well, actually 10 versus 7 if you count the Philippines too. And then those, still 3 below, 3 deficit once you lose those forces, which you will. Build up around Hawaii, those 2 pathetic subs. There's 2 chicken that attack my force. Back up! Well, he did take over Egypt, Mr. Brave, because there was nothing in it. And he went to Normandy as well. He split his forces into Northwest Europe to open the straits. We're playing that rule. Northwest controls Northwestern Europe. We're playing that house rule. Where owns the straits, the Danish Straits, which they now own temporarily. Brought in all kinds of forces. The Dice Wonder, Mr. Dice Wonder, gets 5 hits of all his bombers and forces. Ground forces, minimal ground forces, and a couple of cruisers coming in. Gets 5 hits, so that's about 1 above average. Of course, none of his bombers get hit by the AA gun, no. But his 2 infantry, they both got hits. Oh yeah, why not? So they got 5 hits in there. They should have lost all their forces, all their grounders, which they did. But they should have lost a couple of bombers as well. At the very least. Shh. Judas Priest. But they survived all their bombers. All their important crap. And so, let's see. The Italians lost 4 infantry and an AA gun. And then that whole defense there, it was 11 troops in there. 2 tanks. 2 AA guns and 2 fighters at the time. They can only get 4 hits. 4 freaking hits, which is top. I estimate about 2 below average in hits, which should translate into those 2 bowers being missing. But no, Miss Dice Wonder. Not against Dice Wonder. No. Took him a while, but PROZACH dice are working now. And of course, he's going to be chucking some more forces from Canada. Of course, he can't do it from Miss America because he's too afraid just to go to invade another territory, not even his own territory. And this is what he built from the eastern United States as well. All that forces is coming. I wonder where. I hope to hell. And let's see what they have rotted in losses. 16 IPC losses this round. Which is a couple of tanks and 2 infantry, which should have been a whole lot more. So it keeps them below 100 at 96, but with China, which is also his, about 130 bucks altogether. Good for just behind Japan in losses. But look at all that base pay he gets. Let's see, 44 bucks for 15. I think it's 59, I believe. Who cares? I don't. Let's spend next round. Of course, China's out of it. They're going to be out of it the whole game. I guarantee you. You got the Emperor's guarantee. So, if you want to know what's the total losses for the Axis and Allies total losses, look at my I'll pin my comments under this video, so watch out for that. Anything else? Oh yeah, so let's see what the victory cities look like. Here's the base 6 victory cities that the Axis still control. But plus 4 more: Manila, Hong Kong, Calcutta, and Stalingrad. All by the Japanese forces. And so it took 4 away from the Allied forces. And we promised to take more away. But I needed 13 victory cities for the win. Impressive, most impressive. Japan's been carrying them on this game so far, but I'm sure the Axis partners are going to break out to the other side. So, that's it for round 6. Stay tuned for... That wouldn't work, would it? Round 7. Next, it'll be WARPIG's turn. Let's see what he does against Russia and the Atlantic Wall. Remember, Allies, 5 and 6s. You still haven't been doing that. Well,